Right off the bat, I want to kind of address topic of the webinar, right? Why are we here? We love to be in the middle of conversations that I think are extremely topical to our customer bases. As Brad said, we exclusively work with the retail side, the buyers. Right now on Happy Buyers, we have some reports that are sent over to brands, but the brands aren't our customers. Retail organizations are exclusively our customers, and our end users are primarily the retail buyers, some store GMs and ownerships and, some other users throughout the retail organization. But obviously, tariffs are a buzzword, right? Not just inside cannabis, globally right now. What we've heard a lot of chatter from our customer base, from the community on LinkedIn around tariffs and then some changes in the wholesale marketplace. So I just want to first and foremost say, on the Happy Cabbage side here, we work with all the wholesale marketplaces. A lot of the orders that we produce in our tool aren't even sent through a marketplace. They're texted directly to a brand rep, right? Or they're filled out in those glorious Google sheets that brands love to share with retail buyers that they have to copy and make orders with, right? That landscape is complex, but as anything changes in our community, we don't want to shy away from talking about it. We want to bring it up. We want to have an open dialogue. We have nothing against Leaflink. I've been going to Leaflink events here in Denver for almost 10 years now. They're obviously OGs in the industry. We wouldn't be talking about this if they didn't have a lot of respect, if they didn't have a lot of market share, and if they didn't have a good platform and tools, right? But as business models change, as fees come along, those impact supply chains, right? And our conversation today is just obviously some news around some potential fees coming, but stacked on top of other tariffs. The actual tariffs going on globally are impacting cannabis, right? Packaging comes from overseas, vape hardware comes from overseas. Everything adds up. It's already a tough time in our industry. And that's really what we want to talk about is like, what is there to give? Like, we're all trying to survive and find ways to thrive here. But I feel like for 10 years, we've all been saying this, but it's a tough time. It's a tough time in cannabis, and there seems like there's some things stacking on us there. So that's going to be one of the primary topics is just like how do these fees that are coming in impact our industry at this time? What do retailers need to do? What do brands need to do? We'll have an open dialogue. Open invite to the Leaflink team. If any of you all are on here, you want to hop on and talk about this. Let's hop on next week or the week after. We don't want anything to be one-sided. We just want to have an open dialogue. That is a very, very, very hot topic right now in the industry, especially with the people that we talk to on the brand and retail side. So, John, let's kick it off and just dive straight into these topics. What's going on? What have you heard? We should probably lay the land of what are we even talking about with tariffs and fees and just business model changes in marketplaces? That's obviously your world through and through.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, totally. Thanks, Danny, and thanks for putting this together from the Happy Cabbage, team and welcome me here. I think it's become pretty clear across the country, for anyone that is using, Leaflink that there's a new change in the model coming, right? On top of SaaS, you're going to be charged, a take rate or a percent of order volume. And I think that what you can look at is there's a boatload of features that come with that. A lot of fintech things, a lot of banking solutions, some data insights as well, right? That I think ultimately probably layer in and offer some value. But the question is, you know, what are the core problems that operators, both on the brand or the retail side, have today? And are these solutions solving the core problems that they have? And do they feel like the rates provide a really maximize the ROI on what they're receiving? And I think the thing that we've really understood, and really, being in and running this business now for 8 years and being really, really close to operators, is, for the last several years, as we've acquired hundreds of brands, some from Leaflink, some from other platforms, some who were on spreadsheets, right? None of them came to Apex Trading saying, hey, we want better banking solutions or factoring or this. They said, how can you make me more efficient? Right? My margins are getting tighter and tighter. How do I do more with less? What's keeping you up at night? not knowing what if my buyers are out of stock of product or not, or whatever it is, right?
Yep.
Not turning my inventory as fast, producing too much and having to discount, right? The fundamentals, right, is still one of those that operators are really longing for. And while I think there is value in what can be delivered from a fintech side, ultimately is it providing the solutions to the problems that are core to operators today.
Yeah.
And if it is, right, can operators afford it and
Hmm.
use that? And I
Well,
think
you know,
that's what we're kind of seeing in the market today is a new rate change with a lot of solutions and features that I think could be valuable to certain clients, but to the broader market, and our perception is from Apex is something that clients aren't really asking for. The market's not really demanding, you know.
yeah. So if you're asking somebody to pay more, like what's that value exchange, right? You know, it's like I would say like the adage, you know, in a lot of software is, you know, if you can charge me $1 and make me $5 on it, I'll pay you that dollar every day of the week, right? If you charge $1 and I can make $1.20 off of it, that gets tougher. Those are the margins. Is where does it come from, and what's that value exchange, right? If my costs go up, what am I getting in return? Is that saving me money? Is that making me money? Those are the two major buckets, right? Is that additional fee saving me money or is it making me money?